this. Let's just go back to bed, man.
Seriously.
I don't even know what I'm gonna say. I'm all jumbled. Been thinking all week about what to do a show about. So many things. So many bad things happening. At the same time. I'm bad. Today's a short day. Hopefully I get a short life. Okay, alright.
I'm talking to a friend of mine right now.
You fucking have friends.
That are...
I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I'm super embarrassed and nervous about I almost canceled the podcast because I have this spot on my shirt that's like the only clean shirt I have. So this shirt's been through the washing machine, but that spot's still there. So everybody look how trashy I am. I'm shit. I'm garbage. So, can't keep a fucking shirt clean.
I've got a fucking lamb in my shower right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got a lamb.
Yeah, I read that text, read it, went to bed. Yeah, I wasn't responding to that shit last night.
Hey, you're talking about having a short life. I'm fucking talking to my friend right now who's got...
Oh, no, don't tell me something sad. Fuck.
Yeah, he's dying.
God damn it.
Fucking...
I didn't mean it like that.
I was telling him...
The grind is fucking numbing.
Well, he's talking about, like, trying to cram in as many experiences as he can in his life. He's going on cruises and, like, hanging out with people and, like, trying to do as much as he can.
Right, and the wanting to die, like, sooner comes from a lack of those experiences. Right. So, like,
I was telling him, I was like, we should all be acting that way. We should all be trying to do as much as possible. And I was talking about, like, how fucking this, like, last few months especially, everything in me has been telling me just to fucking drop out of school and just focus on my, career, because that's what makes me happy, and just spend time with her, because that's what makes me happy. The amount of times I've been sitting there just writing and just, like, I can't even focus on the words on the screen, because all my brain wants to do is just go lay on the couch and just, like, snuggle somebody, and, like, fucking just...
It's brutal.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure I can help more people if I finish this degree, so I'm going to finish it, but, like, fuck, dude, I'm, like, 8 months away, so I'm going to fucking finish it, but that's if I don't blow it.
By the time you can help people, you'll wonder if you still want to.
Right? But, like, I was telling him, like, fucking, if the roles were reversed, if I was fucking dying like this, if I was, like, on my way out that fast, because we're all dying, right? And I would make that a bragging point. And if I am ever diagnosed with a terminal illness and I have the opportunity, that is how I'm going to present it. Is I'm going to say, we're all dying, I'm just better at it than you. Like, that's absolutely how I'm going to fucking...
That's fair. Some people are winning. I won the human race. Like the tombstone in Fable.
I don't know what that is. Oh, is that a... Yes,
you know what
yes.
Fable
I know what Fable is. Yeah, I just didn't remember that tombstone. Oh, God.
You remember the tombstones, though. They were great.
Yeah.
In Fable. Like, pretty much every tombstone in Fable and Fable 2 had, like, some funny little, like, thing on it. It was great. Which is how a game should be.
Yeah.
That's how a cemetery should be. Yeah, I'm gonna change my point. That's how a cemetery should be. I think if you don't have a funny sentence underneath your name on your tombstone, like you did it wrong.
Like a yearbook photo for like graduating, you could put like a senior quote.
Yeah, if it's like here's Walter Walterson. If it's boring, if it's just like Walter was a very serious man, that sucks.
Didn't like jokes at all.
Hated fun.
Poor Walter Walterson. I'm tired. I was in OKC all day.
You're Walterson! Act like it!
Was driving for like fucking 12 hours yesterday, and I'm back here with this fucking lamb. I've been walking around all morning. I got up fucking like 7 in the morning, and I've been fucking outside walking this lamb around the block, letting him taste the clovers in everybody's fucking yard. Go taste the clovers, lamb.
Why do you have a lamb?
I was borrowing it.
That's shadier than what I thought it would be.
It was
my
niece's birthday, and she's like a couple of years old. I don't know. She's walking.
She's little.
I don't know.
Probably 3. 2 to 3.
3 or 4. She's in there.
8.
Less
Usually
than 8.
When they start walking, they're like 15.
Yeah, it's less than 8, but more than like 2, I think. Anyway, I don't know how old she is. I just know she's a little child, and she wanted to see a lamb. And I was like, I'll fucking get you a lamb, because I'm the best uncle in the whole goddamn world. And so I got this fucking lamb, and I've been walking this lamb around my neighborhood. Fucking the thing loves leaves. He's surrounded by grass, but if you show him a leaf, he's into it. Even if it's like a dead leaf on the ground, he just gets that thing, and it's bigger than his head, and he'll just munch it on down. He just loves leaves. It's great.
That's here now?
Yeah, he's in my shower. He's in the main bedroom.
Man.
I'd bring him in here, but he'd pee all over the couch.
That'd be cool for the podcast.
I recorded a TikTok with him. I don't know if I'm gonna post it. But he's.
I wish it was more unusual, but at this point I'm used to Forrest being like, I have so and so animals. And
I worked for that sanctuary for a few years, and like I would bring home some weird shit.
Yeah, he would just call me from outside my house and be like, "Do you want to see some things?
You want to fucking meet a boa constrictor? Because I've got one."
Yeah, and I'd be like, "Oh, I guess."
Can I fucking put a tarantula on you? Come on outside.
Yeah, no, legitimately, he called me and asked if he could put a tarantula on me, and I was like, "It's my day off. What are you doing? What are you talking about?" And he's like, "I'm outside. I have a tarantula."
She was a sweet creature.
I'm outside. I have a tarantula. Can I put it on you? I'm sure that I had just gotten up, and my kids were probably running around screaming.
Yep.
You know, they want to see it.
Fucking,
How dare you?
I had that neurotic ass bird.
I'm so sorry. This is supposed to be off.
You bastard. She's a blue and gold macaw, and she's so sweet, and she didn't want to be left alone, but I had to pull over because I had a guinea pig that had peed all over itself, and I had to give him a little bath. And I had the parrot with me. It was a good time. It was a good time. Fucking.
I had a
lot of weird stories from fucking just like the one sentence synopses of just the weirdness of taking care of fucking exotic creatures. Fucking, I once had to save an emu from a fucking swimming pool that I got caught in. It fell into a fucking.
Oh, it got caught in it.
Yeah, it fell.
It sounded like you got caught in the swimming pool.
No, I almost did, because that fucking emu wouldn't fucking calm down. Punch me in the face. I once lost trust in a cockatoo because he just decided to be a fucking asshole, and then me freaking out and screaming whenever he would bite the shit out of me was the funniest thing to him, and so he'd just go out of his way to do that more. Fucking fun fact about kangaroos. Every single kangaroo I've ever met, and I've met a few, love fucking biting the webbing between your fingers. It's just, that's the most fun thing for every kangaroo I've ever fucking encountered.
It's funny because cats like that too.
They're assholes. Kangaroos are assholes.
I know.
They'll fucking drown you.
It's like they're just smart enough to be fucking douchebags.
I had to flip over that fucking that sulcata tortoise that wouldn't quit fighting all the other tortoises no matter what, and I had to keep flipping him over so that he would be defeated, because they have these fucking these tusks basically underneath on the bottom of the shell. Yeah,
they used to like scoop each other up.
Yeah, and so you just have to like wait until they're in the middle of a fight, and then you go flip the aggressive one over so that he thinks he's lost the fight. And then he lays there and kicks for a while, and then they'll piss all over themselves, and then you can flip him back over, and then they'll be quiet for a minute.
Because he's like,
oh, I got flipped somehow. They're dickheads. I feel like that fucking...
I do feel like turtles are kind of assholes and people like them too much.
I have so many happy stories too, but like anytime I think about it, I'm just like, I had to fucking catch that shitty ass caiman that fucking kept breaking out of her enclosure. How'd she keep breaking out? It was solid. Like, She could have taken my fucking hand off. And so, like, I sound like that. Do you remember that? Those videos where it's like, I'm David Attenborough, and I hate nature.
Yeah.
Look at this piece of shit. Oh, man.
Those good times.
I feel like when you respond to cute things with anger, it's fucking hilarious.
That's how it should be.
Did you ever play the game Elo Milo?
No.
It's the puzzle game. It was on Xbox 360. And like you were these little creatures called Sofkas, and you were just like basically these little dudes in hoodies. And you had to bop around this like crazy fucking 4-dimensional world where like it was like a Salvador Dali painting come to life and made out of plush and pillows.
The little red and blue guy?
Yeah!
I know about it. I haven't played it yet.
And you had to, like, walk along all these platforms. You could go in and you, like, all over, like, there's no gravity. You just stuck to the ground wherever you were. And, like, you had to... It was a real mind-bending game. It was a really fun little puzzle game. But everything was just fucking adorable. Everything was just so cute and, like, puppets and plushy and, like, it was crazy. And just... the more angry I would get at that game and the more I would scream at it, the more fun it got.
It's pretty cool. It looks like fun. This
cute little thing pops up. You're like, fuck you!
you little fucker.
It made it so great. Oh. Just getting mad at cute things. Try it sometime. Listeners at home.
Do you have babies? Yell at them.
Scream at them.
Yell at your babies. Scream at them.
They like it.
Sometimes they think it's funny. If you do it right, you make the right face.
I remember there was that one time you were over here, you were visiting, and I was like showing you something in my study on the whiteboard or whatever, and you had just had one of your children.
Another child.
And it was like it's still crawling around on the floor, and you were letting it crawl around like a fucking demon. And like we were in my study just doing something on the whiteboard, and all of a sudden, like this kid just like crawls in the room, and you just look down and go, "Oh shit!" That's how you respond. Like this monster just came in the room. Oh, just screaming at children.
Yeah, I'm a great parent.
It's the
yeah. Anyway, let's.
It didn't seem to mind. Like, no. It's like that's how you normally responded to seeing it.
Yeah, no, like she crawls in the room, I'd be like, ah!
Oh, man.
It's you. No, I usually hit him with the, whoa. Whoa, what are you doing?
Get out of here.
Whoa.
Who let you in this?
You're not supposed to be here. I tell him, like, you don't know nothing about this.
You don't want any part of this. Hey, you.
Hey, you.
I'm just, like, sinking into this couch. Ugh. So yeah, animals and children respond with violence and anger at all times.
They're the same thing. Animals and kids are the same thing. Speaking of kids,
you have another one?
No.
No good.
What? Am I? Fuck. I better not be. I'll die.
Yeah.
I'm too many. Which is why it's important that I have access to contraceptive methods. Forrest?
Did you see? Oh, yeah, fucking...
family planners, so to speak.
Did you ever read that dumbass, like, green text thing on the internet?
It was like a 4chan You're going to have to be way more specific.
It was like, I tell my fucking kid to do her homework, and she gets an attitude of me. You little bitch. I brought you into this world. I'll take you out and go over and touch her with my dick, and she slurps back inside of it. And I go fuck my wife and have another kid, and she does her fucking homework. So stupid.
That would never work.
Oh. But, what was I saying? Yeah, family planning. Family planning. It doesn't work like that.
It's illegal now.
Yeah.
It's becoming illegal to family plan.
We're going to overturn fucking Roe v. Wade. It's going to happen.
Do you think it'll happen?
I think it's going to happen. Because, like, the whole point is that these bitch-ass conservative judges lied to Congress and said they would never do this, and now, of course, they're going to do this, because that's the whole reason they were put in there. and the Supreme Court's reputation is fucking crumbling because it's just pure fucking oligarchical.
I'm sorry, I thought it was crumbling because of the leak.
No, shit's been leaked before.
I know. I read numerous articles that said that like this one single leak has undermined the entire integrity of the American legal system.
This is probably the most influential leak.
Yeah, because it's our like people are pissed. They're gonna be pissed.
Yeah,
they're gonna be pissed and they're gonna stay pissed.
That's fine. You should be. That's fucking bullshit. What gets me is that like there's a lot more to Roe than just fucking abortion rights. There's like privacy rights and shit. They're like like medical privacy. Like there's a lot there, and so like I'm not gonna speak too much to that because like
we don't know all of it.
It's beyond my wheelhouse. It's something that I am confident that I could speak intelligently on it, but because it's so far out of my wheelhouse, I know I'm going to get something wrong, and I just don't want to go down that road too hard.
Yeah, I mean, like the last time I even went to a reproductive rights meeting, I was like,
yeah,
what, 21?
Just the whole. Well, I'm just talking about. So like
I don't even know what the issues are right now, besides what's currently happening in Oklahoma.
The whole fucking crowd that's like, we need a small government is going to be real fucking upset when fucking they find out that like this decision impacts like the government being able to like essentially it opens up more fucking NSA bullshit. They're able to know lots and lots and lots and lots more things about you, because it has a lot to do with privacy as well. And
that's kind of crazy. Like what do you like? Now I know that like a lot of like. It's tough because there's two issues here. Because for us personally, we have the Oklahoma side of things, right? Where it's like shit's about to get fucked. There's bills making their way through right now. They're working on writing. Governor Stitt plans on signing stuff like banning. I gotta reread it, but it looked like it was intending to ban like any kind of contraception at conception or some shit like that. I don't know if this was something to get rid of like Plan B and things like that. Is what it seems like, which is where they would start. They'll start at Plan B and then they'll work back from there.
So the whole thing I was talking about is that
Can you imagine if they made fucking condoms illegal?
Oh my god, dude.
Vasectomies.
The reason why it influences privacy, I just kind of quickly looked up this.
This is important. This is a good learning moment. Like, legislation is very complicated, and often like about paper clipping and things like. That's more complex than just somebody sticking something to a bill. A lot of times things get passed, like these huge sweeping things get passed, and there's so many things that are affected.
I'm still not going to dive any further into this. I just wanted to make sure I got the language right. So I looked it up to make sure I was saying this properly before I said anything further. The main issue that the Supreme Court, like when Roe v. Wade was passed in the first place, the main argument was that it comes down to the Constitution providing a fundamental right to privacy, and that protects a person's right to choose whether or not to have an abortion. And so the fundamental like right at issue here is not abortion rights, it is a right to privacy and like what you decide to do with it. And so like that extends there. So overturning Roe v. Wade doesn't just destroy the right to abortion. It is this constitutional right to privacy that involves, yes, medical decisions and also other things. And so it opens up a huge can of worms.
Because of the way our legal system works.
Yeah, so I wanted to make sure I got that correct before I left that alone, but I'm not going to get any further into it. But like that, I'm hearing a lot of arguments that are saying that like, now, we can read all of your emails, we can wiretap your phones, we can know what you're doing and why and what you're watching and what you're doing. And basically all the shit that the NSA is already doing. Yeah. But now we have this totally open book about it and we're like, yeah, we're fucking doing it. Who cares? Because we overturned Roe.
The other thing with like here where they're gonna basically do it the way I think who recently started passing most of the anti-abortion legislation? Was it Texas that had the most recent bill passed where it's
Oklahoma just passed one.
Did we pass it?
I think it's waiting to be signed.
It's waiting to be signed.
I'm pretty sure.
He's gonna sign it.
Of course, he's fucking and
absolutely. It's got all the bullshit about self-report, about like citizen reporting.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I don't like citizens reporting shit about it. First of all, call it what it is. It's a reward and it's like it's snitch for reward program.
Yep.
I hate to use the words like snitch because I do think that part of the problem with policing, like, like there is some truth when officers say like, oh, they like nobody talks to us in certain areas, but it's because of the way they treat those people, right? So it's way more complex than just, oh, nobody wants to talk to me, I'm a nice guy, nobody wants to talk to me.
Stories
like,
about that.
There's reasons why people don't want to talk to them, but that still makes their job harder. If you are a good officer and you're trying to help somebody and they won't tell you anything, that will make the job harder.
Right, and I understand.
That carries over, like.
Yeah, I never, ever talk to the police, and like
citizens are worse than that.
Exactly.
Like I wouldn't want citizens reporting on people for anything. Like I don't really like the idea of neighbors reporting on each other for dumb shit like trash and lawns. Like as much as whenever I want to call on somebody in my neighborhood, it's because I know that they're fucking like saying something about everybody else in the neighborhood. They're causing problems for the cancer lady next door.
Yeah.
I used to have this lady next door at my grandparents' house a long time ago. All of her kids had moved really far away. Her husband died. She lived by herself and she had cancer and she couldn't afford to keep the lawn mowed every week. She got it mowed every 2 weeks.
That's fine.
I'd go over there and mow it every now and then.
It's more than I do mine.
Whenever I would mow ours, I'd mow it sometimes, and other neighbors would try to help. But sometimes it would get tall for a while because like I'd be gone, everybody would be gone. You know, shit would just happen.
Yeah.
And the city would find her. Somebody would call on her. And we didn't know who it was, but we all knew this lady.
Yeah.
Everybody knew in the neighborhood. We all pretty much knew each other still, like for the most part on that street. Everybody knew this old lady, sweet old lady, knew she had cancer, knew she's dying, knew she can't do anything, didn't have much help, taking care of other people even though she's dying.
Yep.
Called the city on her.
Yeah.
Fuck her. Her lawn doesn't look good.
Her grass is too high.
Fuck her. Fuck. That's why I don't care about people.
Yeah, that's one thing I
care about you, but I don't care that what you think you need. So
I will just immediately not trust
assholes.
somebody if they have like a perfectly manicured lawn. You're clearly your priorities and mine.
No, it's tough though, because they might have a manicured lawn because they're just trying to fucking live in their house and like not get in trouble.
If you have a hobby and you genuinely just enjoy making your lawn nice, fine, I'm cool with that. But like 99%
most people
of the time,
are doing it the way they're doing it because they have to because of like HOA.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if it's a fucking priority for you that everybody's lawn be nice, fuck you. Like it's a stupid. Plus, fucking lawns are insane. Do you ever think about how stupid grass is?
No, we've talked about this. It's very bad for the environment.
It's terrible for the environment. It's a stupid, useless, dumbass plant, and the whole reason we have it is because fucking like rich assholes who had fucking mansions back in the fucking feudal days could afford to have it and just have all this fucking field of not crops. And it's like, fuck you. Fuck you for having that.
Green fields.
Yeah. Just dumb as shit. It's like fucking white dresses. It's just stupid. It's completely pointless.
White dresses.
Yeah, for like your wedding, is to prove that you're rich enough to have a dress that's like unstained and just for this occasion.
That makes sense.
And now everybody needs to have one.
Because they changed the meaning.
Yeah.
They said now they say it represents
insanely
purity.
Dumb.
I guess it makes sense.
Fuck the purity thing too.
Purity, but I guess what they meant back then was purity was like people who aren't
not
poor.
boner. Yeah, you're pure of wallets. It's so incredibly dumb. I can't wait. Sorry, I'm so yawnsome today. I can't fucking wait until Oklahoma rolls out the fucking citizens reporting thing so I can fucking send in the script of the B movie every fucking 30 minutes on like just on a fucking set up a bot to do it for me.
That's great. The B movie's a good script.
Fucking report the governor for having an abortion every fucking 5 minutes.
Come on.
I'm gonna fucking kill that thing. I swear to Glob, dude. I will spend
I
hours
bet you
of my time.
He's had one, at least.
Yeah, him specifically.
You know what I mean, though.
It's so unbelievably stupid.
The governor never paid for an abortion? Okay.
And it's like, fucking, no, we have to make sure that these kids are being born. Cool. How about free health care so that we can cover all the expenses that go into having the baby? No. All right. Child care? Like free daycare? No. We're going to expand preschool? No. We're going to make sure that we don't let kids be in poverty because right now we have like 14,000 homeless children. No.
No, they really are like...
All right, cool. So we're just going to make sure that we have free school lunches at least. No, can't do that. No, none of that. Just no. Once you're fucking born, fuck you.
Well, yeah,
but when you're not a person yet,
once you're born, you can actually swing an election.
And did you see that fucking fiasco? I forgot what it was for. There was this poor woman. She was a medical doctor testifying before Congress. I forgot what she was doing it for. It's been so much shit all at once. And they were fucking asking this fucking medical doctor, so if a baby's halfway out of the birth canal, do you support an abortion then? And she's like, that's an insane question. And they're like, oh, well, what about if it's already born? Can you give me an abortion? If the head comes out, can you just kill it? They're like, right. It's like, fucking, oh my God. Such a stupid, pointless thing. And
nobody does that.
It's pure fuck. And also what she said, she's like, has never been done and would never be done. So why are you asking me
that
this?
Would be, at minimum, that would be malpractice, right? Like, at minimum, really, it would just be, hey, you killed somebody.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
It's
like,
it's such fucking pageantry. It's just this insane, stupid, over-the-top circus of just making these really genuinely serious and complicated issues as stupid and simple as possible so that we can all just bicker and then, like, just nothing progresses and people get reelected. And, like, people, I know there's a lot of folks that like to make it all this conspiracy that they're fucking trying to trick us and distract us. Honestly, dude.
Shaking each other's hands.
Don't fucking write anything up to a conspiracy if it can be more easily explained by stupidity. And
they're
about
assholes.
the shit about the fucking cop, you were talking about how they don't, like, people don't want to interact with them and give them help because of the way they treat communities.
Nobody talks to police because police are scary.
Have I fucking told you that story about when I lived in North Tulsa and there was this fucking...
I was there.
You were there for that?
When that crash happened?
Yeah, and that shitty ass cop. Yeah. Fucking, I don't remember if we talked about it on the show.
Yeah, I was there.
Just to recap, yeah, we were hanging out, and this fucking crazy fucker sped down the road drunk off their ass and fucking flipped their car and rolled it over a few times, and then they got out of the car and ran away. And so we all come out of our houses, the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, and the people on the road who, like, avoided the wreck were out of there getting... Yep. Well, they were in their cars, like, kind of checking to see if anybody was hurt.
Yeah, anything. And we're all just chatting with each other, making sure everybody's okay. And then the police come, and everybody just fucking leaves. Like, nobody wants to talk to them. Me neither. And, like...
Forrest did talk to the police,
and I stayed
because he's white, and he has white armor.
Yeah, and I didn't know... I've changed a lot. At that time, I was like, yeah, I'll talk to him, but now I would have walked away, too. But, like, fucking, I talked to the cop, and the cop's like, look at them all walking away. Nobody wants to help. I bet they all have warrants. I'm like, that's why they're fucking walking away from you. Because of what you just said. You don't know anything about anybody here. And you're like, I bet they all have warrants. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna stay. If I think I may have one, I'm definitely not gonna hang out.
Yeah, but, like, even so, now I don't have any warrants. I still wouldn't talk to your ass. Because I know what you can do. You know what I mean? Don't, like, that's... Fucking, you don't ever talk to police. Now, even if you're innocent.
Here's the thing. Like, always cooperate as much as possible, especially if you're being detained or something. Like, just do what they say, but also keep your mouth shut. You don't say a fucking thing. And any lawyer will tell you that, especially if you're innocent. Mm-hmm. If you're innocent...
Shut up.
Don't say anything.
Don't say a fucking word.
Because they're going to, even if you're innocent, they're going to take the stuff you say that you think might just be proving your innocence. You're trying to say, hey, look at me, I'm a good guy. Yep. They'll take that same shit and say, look at him, he's a piece of shit. Yep. So don't.
Or they'll find something it's not 100% true about.
It's not even that every cop's going to do that. It's just that you don't take the chance because it doesn't matter. You only need to experience one bad cop in your life to fucking die.
Exactly.
And that's what people don't understand about being afraid of police.
Yep, exactly.
The anxiety comes from not like, oh, every police officer wants to kill me. It's like, I hope I don't ever run into the one that doesn't give a shit and knows he can shoot people and get away with it.
Yep.
Like I hope I only ever have to deal with police officers who at minimum take their job, like, seriously.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the camera.
Oh, the camera.
All right, the ad break happens.
It's time for a commercial break. Suck the zuck.
And there it was.
Zuck my son.
Zuck it on down. Ugh.
So it just sucks. It sucks because I have what I like to call the benefit curse of being able, like, I'm very good at seeing all the points of view, but I still think that, like, the police are wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I've gone back and I've looked at it from their side over and over again, and while I hear them out and I agree with a lot of, like, when they're like, here's our problems, our sides of the issue. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them will come out and honestly say, like, here's what we need to be able to do this better.
Yeah.
But it also, that seems to be a community by community basis.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'll have areas where community policing is done really well, and therefore they've built a rapport over the past 10 years, 10, 20 years, and the communities and the police get along better. Mm-hmm. That's not across the country.
There needs to be, like, first of all,
and also, if the cops can come check on me because they think that somebody I know may have had an abortion at some point in time, fuck that.
Yeah. I'm not helping with anything.
I'm not saying a goddamn thing. I don't know what an abortion is.
Yeah, I have no idea. Who are you? Who am I? Where am I? What is love? I think there needs to be a civilian oversight board for every police department.
There should.
That is made up of people of the community, and at least one of those people needs to be a civil rights lawyer. And, like, that needs to be a thing that is an overseeing body of, you know, elected officials that are not police officers or have anything to gain from the police officers or anything like that. That is, like, actually independent oversight. And I also think that every single time a cop draws a gun, every single time, no matter what the reason is, they need to file a report explaining why they thought that was necessary. Even if it is very obviously necessary, they need to be able to write that down and explain it. And that every single one of those reports needs to go to that oversight board. And if the people on that board are like, I don't think you needed to do that, that's a huge ass fine. Huge ass fine that might even be prohibitively expensive that it costs you your job. Also, every cop needs to carry insurance. So if they fuck up, they pay out, not the taxpayers. That needs to be a thing as well.
Cop insurance.
And there needs to be licensing and training. Police officer training should not be a 6-month academy where you learn how to shoot a target and also a little bit about the law. You need to have like a 4-year degree to be a police officer in specifically like criminal justice and how to be a police officer. 4 years minimum training to become a cop. It needs to be a goal that you like build up to.
The problem I see with that, because like I love your idea and I always advocate for that when I have this conversation with anybody else, but the biggest hurdle there is that we don't agree yet on what police training even should look like. Mm-hmm. We don't agree. Half the country doesn't think de-escalation training is even necessary.
Yep.
Until a gun's in their face.
Yep.
Nobody wants to de-escalate till they're dead. And that's individualism for you. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
It's just like, I watch those videos of those people who do like the First Amendment auditing, where they go around with a camera and film the police station, and then the cops come out and get all pissed off, and those people very often are being assholes. They're trying to provoke a reaction and get views on the internet. And so they're deliberately going around and looking in everybody's car and like you can't stop me from filming, this is my right. And they're being complete douchebags.
Yeah.
And a couple of things from that though that are really important. Number one, 9 times out of 10, those people are like libertarian. They are very, very, very right-wing.
Yeah, they're very right-wing.
Every one of those
people. They're sovereign citizens.
Yeah, every one of those people is like fucking, well, Biden's fucking up this country, so I gotta go set it right by standing up for the Constitution. And like,
Fine.
I am 1,000,000% agree with what they're saying. You have the right to do those things. That's why I think those people are such a-holes, but they're so necessary. I love what they do. Because at the end of the day, this is the second thing, those cops are coming out and fucking abusing those people's rights and acting like douchebag, and they're like, and all the people in the comment section are like, well, yeah, you're just a Karen with a camera, you were out there, you were acting like an asshole, you were, provoking them, and so yeah, they arrested you. And I was like, right, if that's all it took for them to fucking break the rules and dishonor their oath, they don't need to be cops. If me being a little bit rude and saying mean words to you and getting a little bit in your personal space is enough for you to violate the law, you don't get to be a police officer anymore. So I think those guys are douchebags too. Fucking love them. We need more of them. They're great. They're great. We disagree on everything politically, except for the fact that police officers are supposed to fucking do their jobs, and you are allowed to film here, so they're not allowed to stop you from filming here because they don't like the way you're acting. Your fucking attitude does not stop you from having civil rights. So, like, oh my god, I love those assholes. I love how annoying they are. It's great. We need more people like that just to be dickheads. Well, that's
so
fucking...
tell me why we can't have robot cops.
Right.
Because, like, a lot of people get freaked out, but I think robot cops will be fine.
Autonomous weapons are the problem.
A robot cop is technically an autonomous weapon.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But at this point, so is just a regular cop. So is a soldier. I mean, like, the military and the police force, that's their wet dream, right? They want to get to the point where they can just replace the actual individual, because that's the problem.
Just a thing that follows orders without thinking. Yeah.
That's what people want, too.
Yeah.
People like that.
People's likes that.
I don't know why they do. They're infatuated with the idea of, like, a thing that can just do exactly what it's told and not do anything else.
Yep.
Maybe people are obsessed with what they can't be.
What they can't be? I can't be what you need me to be right now. I am but a human.
Texas tea, black gold.
Oil? What are we talking about? What? No, man, it reminds me of, like, Socrates. Because Socrates, he was the gadfly. This annoying little thing that was just always there to criticize you and pester you and make you look stupid and call you out on every little thing that you did wrong. And that's what was so important about him. What?
Don't worry about them.
Peoples.
I'm talking to them.
Right.
Finish your story about Socrates and the gadfly. Socrates!
Socrates was the gadfly. That's the thing. That was his whole thing. He's like, I'm here.
I thought that's what you said, but I thought maybe I fucked up.
He's a biting, annoying fly bothering people in power. And so it's like, if you have a lot of power and authority, I'm going to just ask you questions and criticize you and critique you and all the things. All the time, I'm going to annoy you to remind you that you're human and to keep you in line. Because otherwise, we'll all get so used to you being in power that we forget that you don't have to be. And we'll just let you be in power no matter what. And that's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's anarchism, by the way. And so, like, but that's what fucking Socrates was all about.
Who was the guy with the took the chicken? The naked chicken.
Diogenes.
Yeah. Okay, he knew what was up.
Yeah, well, that was in response because I think it was Socrates.
What is a man?
Yeah, he said a man is a biped without feathers. Was who they were trying to define.
Yeah, but he was literally just doing words. Yeah, he was just trying to figure out a thing in life.
Yeah, he was just because that's true.
Like, I love Diogenes because even though I love Socrates trying to figure out something, they're just literally like, how would we define a man?
Yeah.
And then Diogenes is like, yeah, I live in shit all day.
Diogenes is fucking crazy.
I can think too, Socrates. It's like
fucking throwing a fucking plucked chicken in the ring. Behold, a man.
And that's one of my favorite stories in all of history too, because it's like when I hear that, I'm like, people do not change.
No.
No, they do not.
Just fucking people up with like wit and retorts. It's so important. It's so important. And like that's, man, a lot of fucking like philosopher stories revolve around that. Just being a fucking an asshole.
It's crazy how much we revere
Paul Revere.
It's amazing how much we Paul Revere like Greek and just Western philosophy in general, but we also, like, I think, executed most of them or imprisoned them, made them live on house arrest.
A lot of them were martyrs because they went against the status quo.
It's always funny, like, whenever I think about it, it's like it's a story as old as time, right? Like, and you'll see it now. Like, it's like when the dude who hacked the Pentagon gets hired to create software so that nobody can hack the Pentagon. It's the same guy. They're like, yeah, we'll give you a job because you're like the smartest dude right now, and we need you to be our smartest dude right now, but you're gonna have to stay in this house that we paid for with this cable, and you can eat this DoorDash.
You are a prisoner, but you'll be a comfortable prisoner, and you will work for us.
To be fair,
or you'll be an uncomfortable prisoner and you won't work for anybody.
Yeah, in most cases, I'd probably take the comfortable one.
It's hard to say no to that.
A lot of people judge other people for making decisions, but I think they have no idea what decision they would have made in that situation. Like, a lot of times I think people are offered the choice to, like, die or do something horrible, and so they do something horrible.
Well, it's like fucking. You don't have to say die or do something horrible. You just have to be told to do it
or live terribly.
Have you heard of that? There's that experiment that was done.
Or the authority. Yeah, we could let. Yeah.
It was the not the Stanford prison experiment, because that one's been critiqued quite a bit, and it's not as good as people think.
I brought that up. I remember we brought it up on the last not the last when we were talking about experiments.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
And we brought up how it was fucked up.
Yeah. But there was one where they took
the electrics.
Yeah. They had people in a room, and they had a box, a control box, and they had to push a button, and it would give an electric shock to the person in the other room. And the idea was,
and it was set up.
It was like an ESP test or something like that, or is it about like learning, like doing math problems? It was like something to do with punishment making better results in like learning or something like that. But it didn't really matter what it was, because all of it was staged. The person in the other room was all pre-recorded messages. They didn't actually exist. And the electric shock box didn't do anything but turn on a little light bulb that they could see. And so they would, the person would get the question right, nothing would happen. The person would get a question wrong. They would shock them, and then every time they got a question wrong, they would shock them at the next level, higher and higher. And so the screams from the next room would get louder and more intense, and the person would be like screaming like, "Ow, this hurts too much, stop, please help." And then eventually at a certain point, they'd be like, "I have heart issues, I can feel my heart beating too fast, please stop shocking me, I'm really in a lot of pain, I'm going to die, I'm going to have a heart attack, this is killing me." And the people who had to shock this person would be like visibly very upset and like, "I'm going to kill this person, I can't do this." And the person controlling the experiment, their whole job was just say, "Please continue, you need to continue." They wouldn't just please continue. They wouldn't tell them, "I'm going to hurt you if you don't," anything like that. They just tell them, "You need to continue the experiment now, you need to push the button now, you need to hurt, you keep, just please continue." And so many people would fucking kill this person in the other room because they were told to. No consequence, no reward, no punishment, just somebody told me to do it, so I did.
It's so weird, because like, I want to say I wouldn't do it, but I'm also not. I can't be different from that many people. So like, why did they do? Is it the gradual? Is it the allowances? Is it ramping it up? You know, like that's what I think. I think it's got to be the way you're doing it, where it's like, oh, it's a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. We're already here. We've already come this far, so it's easier to go to the next level.
You think if they had walked in the room and said, "Zap this person and kill them, you need to do this," they wouldn't have done it?
Yeah,
probably.
For sure. Like, I think if you straight up say, if you shock this person, it will kill them, you have to do it. I'm telling you to do it. Then nobody would be. They'd be like, "No, fuck you. I'm not going to do that." Especially if you ramp it up immediately to that. It's like anything else. People, man, it's like serial killers. Like you talk about all the time. This other show I listen to, like they give themselves gradual allowances, and that's how they slip into murdering somebody. Usually, the first time is like, oh, they like were a little bit rougher with this person, or they were a little bit crazier, or they did a more, and like it just builds and builds until eventually they have a breaking point.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like kind of a built-in part of the way like human brains work.
Maybe. Fucking
if the ramping up is what, because I just know if you start at you're gonna kill a person, people will immediately go no. Like the frog boiling in the water, man.
Yeah.
Like you don't know until, oh shit, I'm boiling. Like,
have you ever heard of looked into the bystander effect?
Yeah, a little bit, but I'm not gonna say I'm any kind of expert, but I know about
terrifying. The bystander effect
it scares me because I don't understand. Because again, bystander effect, we're talking about hundreds of normal, average people at a time not doing anything, and that's terrifying.
Yeah, for those who don't know, the bystander effect is simply that when there's an emergency, when someone is like hurt or dying or whatever like that, if there's a bunch of people around watching this person die, nobody will do anything because everybody assumes that somebody else will do something.
And so, the normal human reaction in everybody's brain in any class I've ever been in psychology or anything, when the teacher or the professor tells us about this, everyone is like, "What the fuck? Not me. I would never."
Yeah, and it's you too, though. And if I remember correctly, let me double check here really quick. Bystander effect case study, and just see if this is the one that comes up.
I also wonder if it has more or less to do with how a person, like their trauma response, their fight or flight.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you've had more trauma and childhood abuse, like you tend to have more of of the shock response, like where you freeze, the freeze response.
Yep.
To get through events like that.
This is what it was. It was
I'm gonna stop because I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's fine. It was in Queens, New York. It was Kitty Genovese. She was a 28-year-old bartender. She was raped.
What year was this?
It was in 1964.
Okay.
She was raped and stabbed to death
Not
right outside of her
history.
apartment. Right outside of her apartment, and 38 people watched it happen, and nobody did anything because everyone assumed that somebody else was going to do something. 38 people knew about it. The police came and questioned everybody, and they're like, "Yeah, no, we saw it, we heard it." And they're like, "Why didn't you help?" And they're like, "Well, we figured somebody else was already doing it. Like, we wouldn't get involved. It wasn't our problem." You know what I mean? And so, like, this was the case study that started it. This woman was fucking murdered and raped in the street right in front of almost 40 people, and they all just were like, "Yeah." Like, fucking, that's the bystander effect. Absolutely horrifying.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Everyone will just watch you happen. Fucking, ugh.
And the thing is like I don't think you would ever see that in like when we were in smaller communities. I don't think that type of shit would happen
In a smaller community, maybe.
in smaller communities. So I think it's I do believe it comes from being in the bigger like the anonymity
of being in a big city,
being in a big city, or just being in the society, the larger society we have.
I
now,
do wonder. I'm
civilization.
sure there is research in it, but I do wonder if the bystander effect increases with the more people that are there. You know what I mean? But I also remember that, like,
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's something that we were trained about whenever we did. I was trained several different times for several different reasons, and like CPR, first aid, triage, shit like that, like just early, first responding, but not like paramedic style.
No,
like
I know
being there.
Yeah.
And the first chapter, even in I have the Red Cross first aid textbook that I've taught out of, and like the fucking the not I don't teach first aid, I'm not certified like teaching human biology on shit, but like the first chapter, this is a college course in first aid that I took, that I have this textbook for, and the first fucking part of it is barriers to action.
Yeah, I bet my wife has the same book.
Probably, yeah. Big
I think
white
read it.
book with a bunch of people on bikes and shit in the front. Yep. And the first part of it is barriers to action, why people don't help, and a lot of it's like, well, I don't want to get in trouble, I don't want to get sued, and things like that. But it also talks about, like, sometimes people just don't because they assume someone else is going to do it. You need to fucking do it. And then it also says the first thing you need to do before, like, after like securing the scene, making sure you're not also going to get hurt by helping this person, is point to a person and say, you call the police. Don't say somebody call an ambulance. Say, you call an ambulance right now. You do it. You right now. Like, pick any random.
Give them the job.
Tell this one person to do it, because if you don't, everyone will be like, "Oh,
that's crazy." That's why you can always see the difference between somebody who actually knows how to help. So I was watching a video where somebody got taken out by a car.
Oh man! And
this lady runs up off the street. Some lady, probably middle-aged woman, hair pulled back in a little bun. She's got a purse. Looks like she was just waiting on the bus or something. She runs up, and I see her on the security camera. I see her point off screen and yell. I can see her yell. And then help the person, and I'm like, and now when you said that, I was just like, oh my god, she was trained, she was yelling, call the police,
exactly,
and I was like, holy shit,
that's what you have to
so
do.
That's why I had that reaction just now,
because if you don't do that, people are fucking dumb.
That's crazy. Well, it makes sense though. It's not even just like people are dumb, but like I am dumb.
Yeah,
I'm a dumb person.
Me too.
I walk around all the day. People tell me all the time, you're dumb. Like, people tell me I'm stupid all the time, tell me I'll never be able to do anything. They're fucking morons. They don't know what they're talking about. They haven't seen how far I've come. But I get what they're saying. The problem is like, a lot of people are dumb like me. We're just slower. I'm probably wired differently. I've been taking a lot of tests lately, and it seems like somebody in the comments pointed out that you might be dyslexic. Dyslexic, yeah.
I don't know about that.
I think we should go get tested based on our childhoods. But anyway, we should see if we have diagnosis. It's not just reading, man. It's the whole way I interpret information, and it makes so much sense.
I am So I have
I know.
friends,
I'm gonna go find out because I think
Right.
it's a combination of things.
I have friends
It's not
who
just,
say
he's
that
dyslexic.
self-diagnosis is valid and important, and I have friends who say that self-diagnosis is dangerous.
Dangerous and stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna err on the side of dangerous and stupid, but that's
Right.
why I'm saying what I'm
that
saying.
being said,
is,
however, I am 99% sure I have ADD.
the descriptions and symptoms with ADHD and dyslexia, when you have a combination of the two, they will line. I'm telling you, they're gonna line up.
Yeah.
Like at least they did for me very closely.
I wouldn't be terribly surprised if I was told I was autistic either, because like I just do.
Well, I think all this stuff falls under that umbrella, and that's what I think in our lifetime we'll have a much better understanding of neurology, and that's what this is.
I'm definitely some sort of neurodivergent. I just don't know what.
I think most people are, and I think that's the
lots of
problem. Is I think
the
a lot of people
neurotypical framework is bullshit.
Yeah. And the people who are neurotypical, they're just the best at covering everything up.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
In reality, just
because everyone has all these weird quirks. And I do think like some brains are going to be better at like the society we've built. Like some brains are just wired better to handle it. Mine is not.
Yeah.
Mine is not. My brain is not good. That's it. It's the end of the sentence.
We need to have like different
dumb.
factions of society where like the dullards can go do office things, like in fucking Futurama, where you have like the bureaucracy, the central bureaucracy, and those.
Yeah, but nobody wants to do that. That sounds scary because then they're like they chip you. They pick your job and chip you.
No. If you were born to be a bureaucrat and like that's your whole job, you just want to organize shit all the.
I know, but the American idea is that nobody's born to be anything. You're allowed to choose whatever you want, which is also untrue because you're not born to be anything, but you might be born with a specific brain and skill set that makes you extremely capable as opposed to other people at certain things.
You might be born.
You might be
with a specific brain.
You might be born with a skill set. I might be born with a particular set of skills.
I might be Liam Neeson. You too might be Liam Neeson.
I might be taken. That's where I wanted to get. No, but what I'm saying.
If I ever teach a psychology course, that's just going to be. You too might be Liam Neeson.
It really, the older I get, the more I'm like, the world failed me.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Oh, for sure.
Like I probably could have been way more ahead.
Could have been a contender.
But now I'm an adult, so it's on me. I'm a contender. I'm a contender regardless. Sometimes I just wonder if I'd gotten as much help as I needed, what the fuck I'd be doing now.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a moron. I'm just kind of dumb.
You're dumb like fish can't climb a tree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dumb. Like, you're not dumb.
I just don't belong in the settings that I've been placed in.
You don't fit in this society. This episode's going to be called Some Bullshit, and Forrest Yawns a Lot.
Doesn't fit in.
Can't stop yawning. Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop. And we won't stop.
Isn't that the one? Fucking no, that's Party in the USA is the one.
Party in the USA.
I thought when that song first came out and she's saying nodding my head's like yeah and moving my hips like yeah, I did not know she was saying nodding my head because she says nodding. Mm-hmm. And it was weird, and so she was like, the butterflies fly away. I thought she was saying not in my head, like yeah, like she's saying there's butterflies, but not in my head, like yeah. This is the dumbest fucking song I've ever heard in my entire life. It's still a bad song, but like I thought it was the dumb. Oh my god, I thought she was just saying stupid shit. So weird. So weird.
I thought Miley Cyrus was saying dumb shit. She was, but it was different dumb shit from what I saw. I thought it was different.
What does it mean? Fucking. I want to incorporate that into something.
You're gonna.
What does it mean? You fucking. That's something that like I've started doing a lot more, and I've yet to find a way to do it, but like I love finding like meme sounds and shit and just saving them. Like eventually I'm gonna find a joke that this will apply to and I'm gonna put it in a YouTube video and I'm gonna be so happy.
Man, YouTube, I'm trying to get my shit started. God, I want to die.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to do. I've scrapped 4 ideas. I've scrapped 4 good ideas. They'll come back. They'll come back around, but I scrapped them. No, I will, but not right now. I want to do them later. It's the timeline matters. But I have had some people ask, like on Twitter and a couple things. Like some of you, I think, that watch this show have asked if I'm gonna do anything on YouTube, and I've gotten like a couple subscribers because I comment on this page and interact with Ben.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll use that Ben channel. I made that specifically so I could interact with you all on YouTube, in the comments. That way I would just show up as me. But I might, because it is under my brand account, so it's got the ability.
Just do it.
Well, here's the thing: is I don't know what I want to do on that channel. I do know I want to make gaming stuff. But yeah, so I'll be trying to come up with something soon, at least like maybe something just to show you guys so you guys can see what I want to do. But yeah, like pretty soon we'll have some stuff there.
There you go.
It's just I work a lot.
Yeah, he does.
Right now. The whole point of this is that hopefully someday I can work a lot just on this stuff and maybe do something on my own. I don't want to have a job anymore. It's poison.
Yeah.
I have a good job. It's poison.
It's corrosive to the soul, man.
I like my job and I hate it. I don't want to be there anymore. I'm just done working.
Everybody go buy a fuckload of toys from the mall so that Ben can earn enough commission to take a day off.
No, buy a shirt.
Yeah,
just buy t-shirts. That supports me directly.
Yeah, that's true.
And that helps Forrest somehow.
It's one way or another. We split the t-shirt monies.
I don't care how we do it. I just like that it's a thing. I like that it doesn't involve anybody except for Forrest and me. Nobody else has to be included on this. And nobody's saying, I pay you to do a thing. Fuck! I wouldn't get paid to do stuff if I didn't need it.
Job.
You see me guys jazz handsing? I'm freaking out. This is how I know I'm getting bad.
Consequences.
The
system.
The system. Gotta break out. Ultimately, the main thing I wanted to talk about today that I think we got to talk about was abortion rights are important.
Yeah, I'll throw this.
Women's rights are important, and to go ahead and harken back to what you already said, if this affects privacy that greatly, then I think men need to realize that women's rights affect men. So maybe you should take it more seriously.
Also, not everybody with a uterus is a woman. So just for all the uterus havers out there, all the baby possible havers out there, fucking, you get to do. You should
have the right to choose.
To choose what to do
what
with your body.
You do with your body.
Because fucking, my mom has my same blood type. If my fucking kidney shut down and I just plugged a fucking needle into her arm like a human dialysis machine,
whoops,
she would have every right to pull that needle out and be like, fuck you, you don't get to use my body for sustenance. Even if that decision killed me, it wouldn't be fucking murder. It would be her deciding what to do with her own body. So if I, as a 30-year-old man, cannot force my mom to sustain my body with her body, then guess what? Fucking a fetus doesn't have the same rights as me. If it gets to do that, it means it has special extra bonus rights. So I don't think that you should lose rights when you're born. I don't think that you have the right to control another person's body before you're born, and then you lose those rights by being born, and then you gain more rights after you're dead. Because if I fucking didn't sign up as an organ donor, nobody gets to use my organs after I die. Which means if you have a uterus, when you die, you gain rights because nobody gets to use your organs because you didn't consent to it when you were alive. So if you're a person with a uterus, you have to fucking live in a society where you have more rights before you're born and after you're dead. But when you're alive, you have significantly less rights. What is this fucking world? It's the stupidest thing. Just fuck it all.
Well, this is why I have such a hard time like existing in society, because I'm realizing more and more that it's not for me. It was never for me. It's not going to be for me. And as much as I don't fit in with all the weirdos, I like them a lot more. No, I'm just kidding, you guys. What I'm saying, that's what they, but they said, like, people will be like, oh, well, they can go be weird and be fucking crazy if they want. That's fine. Just don't drag me into it. And it's like, well, look, they're seriously just expressing themselves.
Yeah.
Like these people, they refer to liberals, first of all, like this is the big homogenous group. Like liberals are the only people that are gay. Liberals are the only people that are like bi, gay, transgender, any of that shit. Which doesn't. It's not a political affiliation,
right?
I know a lot of like conservative leaning gay people. I know trans people who kind of lean that way on certain issues, and I think it's hilarious. And we argue about it and talk about it all the time. And I'm like, well, I love you anyway, because they're still my friends and we still get along in a lot of ways. But there's certain things, like especially fiscally, where I'm just like, no, I don't agree with you. You're going libertarian because I don't know what you're doing. It's fine, but like I still love them. They're still my friends, and this shit is just crazy to me. Like, to think it's about political camps when it's about people. And if someone is trans or gay or whatever, it doesn't affect you. Give them the fucking rights. Let them fucking live.
Let them have
And then with abortion, I was kind of shocked when this started because I was like, I can't believe they're actually trying to do this. And then I was like, oh, they're not trying. They're going to get it done, probably.
Yeah.
And then I saw it was coming down in Oklahoma. So here's what I'm going to say about women's reproductive health. We're probably in for one of the longest, hardest fights I've ever seen in my lifetime. So just get ready for that. If you're a family that is, I don't think you need to be paranoid or anything, but if you've ever had to deal with this and have an abortion, I don't know if I would even tell people about it.
Yep.
Depending on how recent it was, because of the way they want to act. So I would just, protect yourselves, protect your families, and know that, like, most people don't agree with this anymore, so I don't think it'll be permanent. But it is going to be a state-by-state battle.
Mandatory vasectomies for all boys.
Reversible. Make them reversible.
That's what I'm saying.
They can get it.
Getting your tubes tied is very invasive and it has a lot of complications. Often is not reversible. I don't think it is actually reversible in any case. But,
most of the time.
Fucking vasectomies, very often reversible. Outpatient procedure. You walk out 20 minutes after you go in. It's totally fine. So when you are ready to have a family, you go and tell your doctor, and when your doctor approves it, they can reverse the vasectomy. Because right now, for a woman to get her tube tied, very often the doctor will be like, well, if you're too young, we're not going to do it. What does your husband say about it? And they don't get to make the choice of what to do with their own body. It's very, very regressive. So same exact thing. But boys, if they want to be able to have children, need to go talk it over with the family doctor. What does your wife think about this? Are you old enough? Are you prepared enough? What's your income looking like? And if the doctor approves it, then they can try to reverse the vasectomy, and then you get to have kids. And if that thought horrifies you, but banning abortion doesn't, you might need to shut the fuck up. And with that, our camera's dead again, and
did it die?
Oh, it's turned off, but okay. The episode's over because it's the time for that to happen. Because time exists, the concept of time is a reality, and therefore the episode must.
Yeah, end. I gotta go to my job.
I'm fucking gonna collapse on the couch I haven't slept. I've been up since like 4. I gotta go take care of this fucking lamb. I'm just real tired, hungry, kind of confused. What are you
confused about?
Fucking what I'm doing with my life.
I wish I could just lay on this couch.
It's a nice couch. It's a nice.
What do you mean doing with your life? You're finishing school. You're doing a shitty podcast with your friend. You're an internet scientist.
I'm caring for a lamb. Have a good day.
People love you.
People love the show.
I don't love you.
But do you love the show?
You all have a great day. I turned to the camera's not on. I turned to the fucking camera. Like an asshole. Everybody have a good day.
Take care. Enjoy the thing. Leave in the comments if you. And that's our show. Talk to you later now.
No.
Yeah. Oh, God. Goodbye.